This is the last thing I'm going to say directly to black women. Last thing. Y'all are lazy.
She tries to shame women for not wanting 50-50 relationships. And then when a woman in her comments explains why she does not want 50-50 relationship, she proceeds to call black women lazy.
Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How you all doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So this pick me woman on TikTok is out there on the street of TikTok calling black women lazy and trying to convince women that because they refuse to go 50-50 with men, that they are lazy, especially black women. But this conversation is really broad and really, what's the word? It's really broad, and the conversation that she and another black creator, which I love, were having back and front on social media on TikTok was just amazing. And the other creator actually read her to filth. So I need you guys, let's go check out this creator, this aka pick me. Yes, she's still that creator that said that she'd rather be with a man that cheats than to be with another man. She's still that creator that is telling young girls to take abuse in relationship. When you see her, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, she went on to say her own take about why women should go 50-50 and how 50-50 benefits you as a woman than a man. And then the other sister came to really come on really hot. So it's almost like a back and front for them. Anyway, guys, let's go check out this video. Then I'll come back and share more of my thoughts. So let me know what you think about this video down in the comment section.
Why would you rather pay bills by yourself than go 50-50 with your partner, right? Like, we work so much harder sometimes just to stand on something that doesn't make sense. Like, a lot of women are like, I would do it by myself. If I'm paying my rent, I'd rather just keep paying it by myself than have you come in and pay half. Like, logically, if you're paying 100%, you only have to pay 50. You have more. There's more to save. There's more to invest. There's more to spend, like whatever it might be. But we really stand on the most foolish business just to say I do it by myself. Either you want to do it by yourself or do nothing at all. Like, where's the in between? And a lot of women have this mentality and not realizing like where you're going wrong when it comes to your relationship. Women who, feel like they shouldn't have to pay any bills. And it's just like, come on. Again, you would rather pay all the bills by yourself than have a partner pay half with you. Make it make sense. This is the last thing I'm going to say directly to black women. Last thing. Okay. Y'all are lazy. Okay. You're lazy. It's comment. How am I going to do all these things when I got to go to work 40 hours a week, raise my kids, cook, clean, blah, 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 blah. Your kids are raising themselves. McDonald's is feeding them. You're in the house and they're on their phone. Who's actually raising those kids? You go to work and you don't do nothing at work. Nothing but complain. Sit there on your phone all day long. Make it make sense. Y'all are lazy. It's every excuse as to why you can't do something. I gotta clean the house. If your house wasn't a filthy mess every single day, you wouldn't have to clean. Keep it up, keep it tidy, then you don't have to clean every single day. Your kids are in school more than they're with you. They're in their room more than they're with you. But we love to act like we can't do nothing. How can I go to work and raise kids? Girl, please.
Now, this gathering is going to come in three parts because first, she tries to shame women for not wanting 50-50 relationships. And then when a woman in her comments explains why she does not want 50-50 relationship, she proceeds to call black women lazy. And then after that, she says, if y'all are the most educated, then why are you homeless? Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, let's make it make sense. 50-50 means 50-50. And despite what the internet would have y'all believe, most women are okay with going 50-50. Most women don't mind it. Most women, especially black women, have always gone 50-50. Have always contributed to their household. So when you're talking about women that don't want to go 50-50, women that do not want to contribute, you're talking about a different demographic, not black women. Because black women historically have never had the privilege of being stay-at-home wives as their other counterparts. But when we say 50-50, we mean 50-50. 50% of the bills, 50% of the domestic labor, 50% of the child rearing. The only thing I expect to do 100% by myself is make the baby. And then during that time, you need to be taking up some of the slack in the home because I am doing this 100%. And the problem is that is not happening. A lot of times you see men get on here, my woman got to cook, my woman got to clean, my woman got to do this, she got to fuck, she got to suck, she got to do this. I ain't doing none of that. My woman, I want a feminine woman that's going to listen. Okay. What are you going to be doing besides your 50% financially? Oh, I'm going to fix stuff around the house. I own a home. How often do things break? Not nowhere near in comparison to me cooking 4 to 5 times a week, me grocery shopping, me meal planning, me taking care of all the administrative things required for our family. And this is coming from someone who was married. Who was in a 50-50 relationship, but only financially. Because I was raised domestic. I am Jamaican. So I was raised in a home where women took care of certain aspects. And yes, the men also took care of certain things. So to come from a line where I'm going to be nurturing, I'm going to be a homemaker, I'm going to cook, I'm going to clean, I'm going to take care of the kids, I'm going to do all these things, and then still pay 50% of the bills. The problem comes in where I'm doing 50% of the finances, 50%, but then I'm also doing a majority of everything else. When it comes to the home, I'm doing everything else. Oh, well, I'll clean the backyard. That's once a month. Next, I fix stuff around the house if and when it breaks. And then when it breaks and you don't know how to fix it, what are we going to do? Oh, we're going to call someone. And then we're going to tap into 50% of my funds. We're not going to then use your funds. We're going to use our joint funds. So I just helped you do part of your job once again. Oh, well, when it's time for you to get an oil change, are you going to change it? No, but I'm going to take it to somebody. I know where I can get it fixed. We got Google. Single women are taking care of their vehicles. Matter of fact, I went and got an oil change the other day. You know who changed my oil? A woman. Yeah. And then a guy came in to change one of the air filters. He couldn't get it out. Guess who he called? The woman. 50-50 isn't the issue. The issue is y'all only want 50-50 when it comes to finances. And women like her, like I stated before in another video, she is miserable. She is miserable, and misery loves company. And she wants other women to be miserable. Just like in her comments, someone left this comment. Most women don't mind 50-50. The problem is that most men only want 50-50 as it relates to finances. Women have to work, give their 50% and still do 100% of everything. I'm not going to say 100%. Yes, there are some men that they get off work, they come home and and you ask them for assistance. It's like, I just got off work. Me too. And then they don't even kick in when you're providing 50% of the finances. You're also pregnant. Then they come home, they put their leg up after you've been at work all day, pregnant as, and they still want you to cook. They still want you to clean. And they still expecting you to pop pussy. Does that sound like 50%? No. So women don't have an issue with 50%, but it's not 50%. And that's what your bitter ass is not getting. So go to the next video so we can talk about her next video. Oh, also, no one considers the mental load of taking care of a home, of thinking for an adult. And a lot of times when you come to these men and you say, you're not helping, you're not doing your part, all you have to do is tell me what to do. You just need to tell me what to do and I'll do my part. I'll help out, blah, blah. Why am I thinking for you, a grown man? Why do I need to think for you? As someone who has been in that place, I would rather figure out how to get your 50% financially than have to constantly think for another adult. Because do you know how hard it is? So many of these things tie into one another, right? I have to now start thinking for you. I have to now start behaving as if I'm your father because I have to remind you to do this. I have to remind you to do that. And then that takes away from me. I don't look at you in that same way. And then, why we not having sex no more? Because I act like mother. Because I'm constantly telling you what to do. I'm constantly telling you how to adult. No woman wants to do that. So yes, it's easier to pay all my bills than to have someone else in your space, in your home, not carrying their weight. Because the weight feels even heavier when you have another adult in the situation and you are also carrying their load. Cleaning a backyard is not help. Like it just, and this level of pick me is just so dangerous. And I'm not, by no means am I saying that 50-50 is bad, but I'm saying actual 50-50 is the goal. Because a lot of men be like, oh, well, you're not looking out for me. You need to take care of me so that eventually one day I may possibly be able to take the load off of you. So you want to burn me out for the maybe kind of sorta. Nah.
I'm going to say directly to Black women. Last thing. Y'all are lazy. You're lazy. It's comment. How am I going to do all these things when I got to go to work 40 hours a week, raise my kids, cook, clean, blah, 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 blah. Your kids are raising themselves. McDonald's is feeding them. You're in the house and they're on their phone. Who's actually raising those kids? You go to work and you don't do nothing at work. Nothing but complain. Sit there on your phone all day long. Make it make sense. Y'all are lazy. It's every excuse as to why you can't do something. I gotta clean the house. If your house wasn't a filthy mess every single day, you wouldn't have to clean. Keep it up. Keep it tidy. Then you don't have to clean every single day. Your kids are in school more than they're with you.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't she Black? So many things I want to say about this video, but I literally don't know where to start. Like, to use the word lazy with Black woman in the same sentence is probably the most diabolical thing I've ever heard in my life. Because then she goes on in her follow-up video, which we're going to talk about in the next video, but I just want to bring it up right now to talk about how educated Black women are and all the degrees that Black women have. And to attain those degrees seems as if it would require a certain level of work ethic. But hey, that's just me. That's just me, lazy Black woman over here. I'm at a loss for words. And the way she frames this, she is such a disingenuous. I really was going to try to avoid calling this heifer out her name, but I don't like her. And I said in a previous video that she is constantly attacking Black women. Her page is about telling women to settle for men, allow men to cheat on you, and constantly shitting on Black women. Like constantly shitting on Black women and Black women alone. And she likes to say, oh, no one can tell Black women anything. You say it enough. You say it enough. You say it enough. You as a Black woman, somehow you don't fall into that category of Black women and you think you're the only one? Do you think you're the only Black woman that's like you? Do you think that you are the only Black woman that's like you, that behaves like you? God, I hope you're the only one, because this level of me, I don't know who you're trying to get chose by. Because aren't you married? Aren't you married? Aren't you supposed to be married and happy and in this loving, healthy relationship? Well, your relationship not healthy, because God awful, you seem like a miserable.
Okay.
But to call Black women lazy, and let's go back. Let's go back a little bit. In the video that comment was from, it's where she's talking about going 50-50. And the woman is saying that she does not want to go 50-50. And she's not saying that she doesn't want to go 50-50. She's just saying that her husband should not be complaining after she's had a long day at work, after she has to cook for her kids, after she has to do all these, maintain her home and do all these other things. Then her husband should understand, and he should not be complaining of that he's not getting the stay-at-home wife treatment. Because a lot of men expect stay-at-home wife treatment from a wife that's also working the same amount of hours from them. And that's what the woman was saying. And from the woman saying, I don't want to be a slave in my own house. I don't want to work 40 hours a week and then have to come home and be the one to take care of the kids, be the one that's doing the grocery shopping, being the one that's doing cooking and cleaning and showering and all these things. I don't want to be the only one to do that. She says, oh, well, you're lazy. And then goes on to try and say, oh, you're not cooking anyway. The woman literally says she's cooking. She literally says she's cooking. And they're like, McDonald's doing feeding your kids. The phones is raising your kids. Y'all don't even talk to your kids. Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing? Like, The level of disdain, like the self-hate is so, is that what your mama did? Let's talk about it. Let's have a little bit of therapy. Is that what your mom did? Did your mom not love you? Did your mom not cook for you? Because me, my black mama, my mama cooked. Listen, eating out, or not even eating out, like having fast food or pizza or Chinese food on a random night was a lug. Like that didn't happen. My mom cooked every night. My mom cooked every night, and for my kids, I cook most nights. Most nights. And I know a lot of black women that cook most nights. This level of hatred for black women from a black woman is just in there's no possible way that you think that this is coming from a place of I love black women and I want black women to do better. No, you're black. You just really hate black women. Because to call black women lazy when black women are among the highest growing in education, amongst the highest educated in this country, the highest growing. Home ownership, single black women. Like, I'm just honest, like calling black women, the women who have historically been raising everybody else's kids in this country, the women who they made a law to prevent them from staying home are lazy. The descendants of slaves are lazy. When it comes to either changing policy or getting things on the ground, hell, even you cool? You're not. You're not. And listen, even with you being a hateful the views that you're getting is not good enough for this. The views you're getting is not good enough. And then of course, you got the men in the comments like, thanks sis for acknowledging this, blah, blah, blah. Shut your broke ass up, you weak ass. All the men in the comments championing this bullshit. And then the women, the other black women in the comments. Let's get to the next motherfucking video so I can stop talking about this weird bitch.
Let's just end it here because they both went back and front. If you guys want to see more of their conversation back and front, you guys let me know down in the comment section and I'll do that for you guys. But please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this conversation saying black women are lazy because they will not go 50-50 with their partners. Go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. But please, as always, keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thoughts. We're not here to tussle, okay? Just for conversation. So you guys know, like this 50-50 conversation over and over again for me, like sometimes, like it's almost like I don't even know what to say anymore. But clearly, there's a lot of pick me that is still out there, still trying to push and still say this narrative that women don't want to go 50-50 for one reason or the other because they want to be picked by these men. And the fact that this is 2025 and we still have a black woman on the Beyonce internet calling other black women lazy because they will not go 50-50. And we should have already established this, and even most of the men have actually established it, that when they talk about 50-50 in relationship, in marriages, it's usually 50-50 financially. And we are saying we don't want to do that anymore. And this woman is seriously trying to convince women that, oh, that means you're saving more if you pay, split the rent and all that. Has she not heard of peace of mind? Has she not heard of how a lot of women, especially grown women that can make money and pay rent, they want peace of mind. They rather be alone than to be a pick-me and be with a man that does not give them that peace of mind. Because how do you expect a woman to go out there and work and come back home, pay the same amount of bill financially with you, and yet you expect her to cook, clean, rear your children, pick up after you, tell you doctor's appointment, think for you because I'm your mama too. Literally, she's going to be every other thing in the household, and also be the cashier and pay bills with you as the man. And most women, including single mothers, are saying that we are not doing that anymore. And yet we still have pick-me women like this out here on the internet trying to say, oh, it's because you're lazy. See, clearly you guys know, like this lady, I really don't F around with her like that, because some of the theories she push out there, for me, I consider this really, really harmful, because like my girl talked about here, this is misery loves company. Because if you know the in and out of relationship and you're being honest about it and you're being logical about it, you will know that a lot of the time this dynamic does not favor us women, except you are very intentional on what you're doing and why you are into it. But clearly, these pick me women really want to encourage other women and other young girls to settle for less. This is the same woman that said that she'd rather be with her husband that will cheat 20 times than to be with 20 men. Why would you even want to deal with a man that is cheating repeatedly with you? Don't you have self-worth for yourself? Don't you have self-dignity for yourself? Why are you still being disrespected over and over in a relationship, and then you're staying because you don't want the numbers to count for you? These are women that repeatedly are shaming other women for not settling for less. These are other women that these are women that are shaming other women because they rather choose themselves. They rather choose peace, happiness than to settle, than to have a man. So our own takes, like that's why I just ended the conversation here, because she was already pissing me off. Talking about black women, my girl already tackled her there, so I'm not even going to touch that. Talking about how black women are lazy. Has she seen the statistics out there? Ashi, and let's even look into the black community and even generally on other racial profile. A lot of white women are told to get a provider that is going to provide for them. Yes, I come from a culture and an environment and a society where men provide for women, but we all know what that leads to. That leads to financial abuse for women. But when we talk about the black American community, or in America, the black women in America, we have seen repeatedly how these women have been left to hold down the household, and including their husband, their boyfriend. Even when they are out there on the street in prison, they are the ones holding down the house. And that's why we have a lot of single mothers in the black community. So when she's talking about how black women are lazy, like, make it make sense. And at this point, I feel like some people say, oh, she just rage baiting. She just trying. I don't think it's rage baiting, because there are a lot of women that really, really believe this, because I know some of them. There are a lot of women that still speaks like this. There are a lot of women that still thinks like this. And this is because I know some of them. And these are all dangerous takes, especially for younger girls to listen. And this is why you guys have to be careful. The people you listen, and ask yourself genuine question, how does this conversation benefit you? And be very logical and practical and be honest. Tell yourself the truth. Don't be in a Delulu land, especially when you're dealing with men. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section, okay? Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversations, so go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl here, so go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.